Rebuilding Hockey Town, episode 12, our second season at the helm of the Detroit Red Wings has come to a close. Of course, we missed out on the playoffs as we hoped for, and now we get to move on into the offseason where we continue to craft and mold this team into the future franchise, the future multi-time cup winner that we hope to eventually be. We're still a bit of a ways away from that, though. A lot of moves still have to be made. And those moves continue to be made here today in this episode. The big question is the draft lottery. Will we get kind of screwed over? Or will we end up with a high pick, as, of course, we are certainly hoping to end up with? We finished 5th bottom in the league. So anything lower than that would be a disappointment, that is for sure. It's time to find out. And we dropped 1. All right, that's not too bad, I guess. We dropped 1 spot down to 6th. So I guess I made too many shots at the Vancouver Canucks. That is pretty disappointing, but not terrible. I should note too, I don't exactly have a set plan. Oh my God, Matt Moulson retired. Oh my God, yes! Holy shit, well if you didn't like that trade now, or if you didn't like that trade then, you certainly do now, as Matt Moulson, I love you, you're my new favorite player. Matt Moulson retires, and we essentially got Nicholas Baptiste for fuck all, which is great, because Mike Green was a UFA anyway. That is amazing for us, oh my God. So already we've had an up and down on this episode. We fell a spot in the draft lottery, but one of those rough contracts that we weren't going to be able to trade is now off the books. And really the only contract we have to worry about belongs to Dan Girardi, as both Sedins retire. Sad day. But man, that's all right. And wow, Alex Burrows retired too. I guess we didn't have to get rid of him. I'm glad we did, though. I didn't want him on my roster for any longer than was necessary, really. But wow. So we have the 6th overall pick, but Matt Moulson is gone. Damn. Well, this has been an eventful episode already, and we haven't even gotten started on the draft. Like I was going to say, I don't have a set plan here. Now, I did mention in the last episode, of course, that there are created guys, the projected top players, and you will see them here. Rasmus Dahlin, who pretty much everyone knows after the World Juniors, Joe Veleno. But then you have more created players. I believe this is Jared McIsaac, one of the top prospects coming up. Benoit Grelou. I think it's just Gru, actually. I don't know. I have a friend with a somewhat similar last name, but even then, you never know. I'm sorry. And then you have an interesting player in Andrei Svchnikov. Yes, there is a relation. So it would be really interesting to get him. Ryan McLeod, of course, in the game to begin with. I believe this is Quentin Hughes, who's actually an NCAA player, I do believe. You have Zadina, and then you have Bodie Wild. And an interesting name in Brady Tkachuk, Matthew's younger brother. So yeah, it is tough to say. I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with any of the top 10. And I said in the last episode, I don't know if we'd be able to go crazy. But if we could somehow end up with Rasmus Dahlin and Svchnikov. Now, I know that might be too much for some people to stomach and that they might not like that idea at all. But ideally for me, I'd end up with Svchnikov. But I know my comment section for the most part. I know people would want me to get Rasmus Dahlin because we're playing as Detroit and it's a Swedish defenseman. So I'm in a tough spot. But if I had to bet, Joe Veleno was going to be the number 1 overall pick. I don't know that for sure. So I think if we wanted to end up with him, we would realistically have to talk to the Dallas Stars if we wanted to end up with one of those two guys. Problem is, they don't want to trade their pick, which is very bad news for us indeed. Now, Colorado, the number 1 overall pick, do they want to trade that? We could be in the exact same situation we were in last year, and indeed we are. It'd be easier to trade for the number 1 overall pick rather than the number 2 pick. And Carolina doesn't want to trade their pick either, so yeah, we might have to do business with Colorado if we want that to work. The Lightning at number 4 are willing to trade their pick, and then we have Vancouver in front of us because of the lottery. And do they want to trade their pick? No, they don't. So Tampa and Colorado would really be our only options, which isn't good at all. At least from someone's perspective who wants me to play this in a somewhat realistic manner. So let's talk to the Avs. I don't know if I want to do this, but I know what we need. I know what people would want me to get, and it would be amazing to have Evgeny and Andrei Svchnikov on this team, as well as, potentially the 2 next great Swedish defensemen in Liljegren and Rasmus Dahlin. So, I don't know. I think I gotta go for it, guys. I think I gotta go for it. Now, I know some people, the concern or the frustration with this would be alleviated based on what I give up rather than it just being picks. And I certainly understand that. I certainly do, as apparently Nestor still jumped to an 85. Holy shit. I certainly understand that. And because of that, I am going to take a look. Here. My thing is, you know me, I love having prospects and, having them develop and all that. So it is tough for me sometimes to want to give up any prospects because I'd much rather get rid of picks because it is much, much easier. But if we give up Sadawi and Ein, who are both 22 and a little bit of a step below Chartier and Noah Rod, I'd be okay with that. And I know they're only high bottom 6, but it is something, right? It is something. And in return, because that kind of looks like it's in our favor now at this point already, let me take a look. And again, kind of pick farm a little bit. I'd be alright with that. Swapping first-round picks, they pick up 2 decent prospects in Sadawi and Ein, and we get 2 fourth-round picks. Will it go through? It will not. I didn't notice that Ein had an expiring deal. Will that go through? Holy shit, it didn't. It looked like the value was way in their favor. I'll take it, guys. I'll take it. It wasn't just for picks. We moved from the 6th pick to the 1st overall pick. We gave up Sadawi to do it. I didn't think that would go through, to be honest, but it did. And like I said, fuck it. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you don't like what I'm doing here, I'm sorry, but I know what a lot of people are going to want. They're going to want me to get they're going to want me to get Svechnikov, or they're going to want me to get Rasmus Dahlin. So I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't try to get both of them. Just saying. Now the question is, can I somehow make a deal with the Carolina Hurricanes for that number 2 overall pick and just flat out I'd ignore Joe Veleno and I'd take Svechnikov and I would take Rasmus Dahlin? Can we get that to work? I would have to use Martin Hanzal to try. I don't know, guys. I don't know if that would work. You know how I can do this? If I trade down, I'm going to have to bank on them taking Joe Veleno. But that's exactly what I'm going to do. If I trade down with them and look to pick up, say, God, I just naturally want to pick farm. How about a 4th and a 6th? 2 4ths and a 6th. Will that go through? No, it won't. Will that go through? No, it won't. How about that? Nope. I doubt they'd even take a straight-up swap because they don't want to trade their pick. Can we get this to go through? Wow, even in a straight-up pick? Wow, that's how dumb this game is, clearly. Wow, and that's why the system is so easily abused. So what do I want to do here? What do I want to do? Tampa was at 4, and they want to trade that pick. Yes, they do. Okay, cool. Thank God. So let's see if we can make this work. Especially, I mean, that's our only chance, I think, to end up with both of them. Or I'd have to risk, them falling, which I think they'd be top 3 picks, not even top 5. I think they'd be top 3. Tampa would have more than 45 skaters. That's okay. We can. What was their cap space? Okay, we're good. All I got to do is just take someone on the cheap who isn't worth anything. God, some people are going to be so pissed, and I can't wait. Wow, Braden Coburn really doesn't like them. We'll take Matt Laredo back, if you don't mind. Will that go through? No. But I feel like it might be kind of close. Like, I don't feel like it might be that far off, which would be fantastic. I still cannot believe that that Matt Molson retired. But let's see. Can we get this deal to work with Tampa? Again, we'd just be going for the big-time players, the big-time impact players that we need to turn this franchise around. I don't know if I can get this to go through. That's the problem. It might be asking for too much. And it looks like it is for the moment. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an extra deal here with Tampa to get that extra third-round pick. And then we're going to send it right back to them. So let's see if we can get this to work out for us. It sucks that they don't want any of these picks. I understand it, though. Abusing the system for the win. We'll add another 5th, and that should work. So 4 picks in exchange for 1. They're going to end up with that third-round pick right back. Wow, that still didn't go through. All right, so it's going to take at least 3/4, which I'm all right with, and we'll tack on the Minnesota 6th. Will that go through? No, it won't. Damn. Okay, well, the game's making me earn it in a way, but, that's fine. That still didn't go through. Holy shit. All this for a third-round pick. Tampa. Damn, Steve Yzerman. He really doesn't like me. That finally went through. Okay, cool. So, let's go back. Let's talk about your first pick. Why? Wow. All of a sudden, they don't want to trade the pick anymore. Oh, shit. All of a sudden, they don't want to trade the pick anymore. That's not good. That's not good at all. Does Vancouver want to trade it? Oh, my God, we're screwed. I make that deal with Tampa, and now they don't want to get rid of it. Carolina? Nope. Fuck, oh, shit. This complicates things. Dallas, please suddenly want to trade it. No, okay, shit. Vancouver didn't want to trade it, right? I'm double-checking. Wow. All right, plans might have just changed, and now I might have to make a really tough decision. Colorado? Still, we might be able to get that pick back from Colorado and be able to do some damage here. It is pretty much our last chance. So let's see here. And we'll go that third. Will that go through? Holy shit, it did. And I think we probably gave up too much, but you know what? I'm all right with it. Martin Hanzal, a 2nd and a 3rd to Colorado, and we regain the 6th overall pick. I feel like that's kind of a fair trade. Not like I'm trying to convince anybody. Let's go talk to the Dallas Stars. Can we pull off a miracle here, considering they don't want to trade that pick? And I truly believe it would be a goddamn miracle. So we have our pick. How about the 2/3? What do they say to that? I mean, we're going to have to give up pretty much everything we have in this draft to try and make it work, but let's see. That still didn't go through. Okay. So we're going to have to add a prospect here. We're going to have to add a prospect, which is all right, depending on who we give up. Depending on who we give up here. Man, Ferk really took a step up. Oh, God, who's it going to be? I'm thinking Ein, then. And we didn't trade him with Sadawi, but he might still be moved out. He might still be moved out. Let's see here. And we'll tack on the 2/3. Is that enough to make Dallas budge? No, it isn't. Ah, fuck, that's right, because he's on an expiring deal. Damn it, I forgot already. I'm sorry for that. That was awful. That was awful. I completely forgot. I apologize. Shit. All right, well, who else is in, like, that neighborhood of value? You got Ronning. Ronning's 20 years old, and he's already... All right, well, maybe I could give up Ronning. Will that go through? No, it won't. All right, I'm still willing to give up Ty Ronning. What else could push this through is my question. What else would it take? How about... Shit, we're still on the clock, too. Oh, fuck, I gotta go quick. Gettinger, who we acquired from the Rangers. Will that work? No, because Ty Ronning and Gettinger are similar. Shit, I gotta make this... I'm on the clock, and I gotta use a timeout, but I can't do it from this screen. What am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do? Joe Hicketts, maybe? No, I don't want to do that. Riley Sheahan's an expiring contract. Oh, God. All right. Second round pick next year. We'll take off the third. A first, a second next year, and Ronning. I don't know if that'll go through. Shit. Fourth and a sixth this year. Will that go through? Dallas, don't fuck me here. Ah, fuck. All right, we got to back out for a minute. I got to call that timeout. Because the Stars are being a massive pain in the ass right now. Actually, you know what? Let me go talk to Carolina. Let me go talk to Carolina, and we'll bank on the Stars taking Joe Veleno. Hopefully that still happens. Like it does in every other draft in this year, even though I've added these creative players. So let's see if that's the case. Let's find out. So let's tack on Ronning. And then let's also go with those 2 third-round picks that they don't want, but maybe, just maybe this will work. No. All right. How about I also give you our third-round pick next year? We'll give you ours, because we're probably going to be terrible. A first, Ronning, and 3 thirds still didn't go through. Ah, damn it. They are making us earn this. Our second-round pick next year. Will that go through? It didn't. All right. They're making us earn it, but again, I'm going for what I know this team needs and for what I think people would want me to get. And we're giving up a lot to do so. Especially compared to some of the trades from last year. That still didn't go through. Alright. Alright. How are they on goaltending? Vieni Vevalainen might be the guy. I'm not going to give up Van Pottelberg. How are they looking? I mean, I know they have Nedeljkovic. But how are they looking? They have Hollett as well that they just drafted. All right. Oh, God. Right. Okay. This is proving to be so much more difficult. Again, we're almost 20 minutes into this, and I haven't made a pick, and I'm sorry, but you should be used to that with these drafts by now when I have to make a ton of moves. You should be used to it. What are we going to have to give up to make this happen? What are we going to have to give up here? We have Ronning. Joe Hicketts, I really want you on this team. But I think it just makes sense. Hicketts, White, Stevens. I'll give up Joe Hicketts. I'll do it. I don't want to. I want him to be on this team. But I'm willing to make that sacrifice. And then let's see. Let's tack on the thirds. Will that go through? No, it won't. So we're going to have to give up the second round pick as well. My God. Will that go through? It's clearly in their favor. But because they don't want to trade that pick, man, they are so stingy in these moments. Will this go through? Still no. Oh my God. What am I going to have to do? I might not be able to make this happen, guys, and I might have to just go for one of them, which isn't ideal. They want Tom Wilson. I don't exactly want to give up Tom Wilson. I like having him on this team. I really wish I could give up Ein. He would be perfect. Owen Lane. Mason Shaw, 65 overall. Same age as Lane. Will that go through? Not close whatsoever. All right. You know what? How would you like another first-round pick next year? I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Can we get this to go through? I want your third-round pick this year and next. Will this work? Apparently not. We're still going to keep trying. Let's go tack on Ty Ronning to this deal. I am determined. This is going to happen. Fuck jump cuts, too. You're going to see the struggle in getting this to work. Where is he? I already passed him. There's Ronning. Will this go through now? No. How about now? No. How about now? Still no. It's amazing how if they don't want to trade the pick, they just flat out don't want to. And Tampa really fucked me over. How about if I add Shaw to the deal? Will that work? Oh my God. Oh, it might not be possible. Might not be possible. What if I add... And then what if I add Hiccups? 2 first-round picks and 3 prospects for the number 2 overall pick. It still won't go through. That is mind-boggling to me. Oh my God. It just might not be possible. They don't want to do it. It might not happen. The second-round pick next year, too? Will that be enough? Wow. Oh my God. All right, well, this might make up for the fact that, you know, if you combine this draft and what last year's draft was and what I'm giving up between those 2 drafts, it might all even out. But I'm getting these picks. That still didn't go through. Holy shit. I gotta... Oh my God. It was so easy to get the number 1 overall pick. Will this go through? Still no. Alright, that's it. I wave the white flag. I wave the white flag. We will make just the number 1 overall pick. And just for you guys, I want Svchnikov. We will take the Swede, Rasmus Dahlin, with the number 1 overall pick, and he has medium elite potential. Thank God for that. Number 2, it was Joe Veleno. As expected, Svchnikov still on the board. Carolina, you have a change of heart all of a sudden? You want to trade that? No? Assholes. Well, maybe if they take him here, which they did, of course. You motherfucker. Can I trade for him now? That's what I'm going to try to do next. I'm going to see if I can go talk to Carolina, and let's look at Svchnikov. Let's see. 3rd highest. Wow, 65 overall at 18 years old. That is a lot of trade value. Holy shit. Let's look. I haven't even looked at him yet. Rasmus Dahlin. Did we make the right choice? Yeah, I'd say we made the right choice. Slightly better value than Dylan Larkin. So I'd say we made the right choice. Let me go look at Joe Veleno, who went to... where did he go? He went to Dallas. That's right. The Dallas Stars end up with Joe Veleno. How good is he? The answer is pretty damn good, but only a 61 overall. Only a 61 overall. So he didn't progress much through his junior year. I'm going to try, guys. I'm going to try to get Svchnikov one way or another. I want those 2 players. I want those 2 players. Call it cheap, call it whatever. I know what I want to turn this team around, and I know what I want to do to make this series fun for me. So let's see if we can get this to go through. And maybe it'll be slightly easier now to make this work. I don't know. Probably not, because they still don't want to, they don't want to trade him, as you would expect, after they just declined so much that was offered for him. Let's go with these 3. Will that go through? No. Alright, I'm going to add Owen Lane, maybe? Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's try adding Owen Lane to this. to make this work. Will that go through? I really want Owen Lane on this team, and apparently I'm going to be able to keep him. Let's try the second round pick next year idea and see if that works. Hopefully it does. Will that go through? No, it won't. Let's try the first round pick next year idea. I want him. I want him. Will that go through? No. Oh my God. They want him so bad. This game is making me earn it, man. Holy shit. What if I just tack on a 6th as a safety net? Will that go through? Yes. Two first-round picks, a second, Joe Hicketts and Ty Ronning for Andrei Svchnikov, and a 6th-round pick. I have given up. I mean, you can argue too, like, oh, well, yeah, you've given up a lot of picks and stuff like that, but they're all low picks, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. One way or another, regardless of how you look at it, I have given up a lot to secure these now 5 players that I think can lead this team into the future. We have our core. We have Ian Scott in goal, Hischier, Dahlin, Svchnikov, Larkin, Haig, Svechnikov, Mantha. Like, these are the guys. That's our top pairing, Haig and Dahlin. That's our top 6 right there. Liljegren's in there too. Wow. All right. Well, it happened. And we got them both one way or another. Next year's draft, we don't have a first or a second round pick. So what I'm going to try to do now is thinking to who struggled this year. Does Vancouver want to trade their second next year? I'd be fine with not making another pick in this draft. If we could use these picks to get that second back next year, I'd be fine with. Because, I mean, ideally, that's what you want, is first and second round picks. So I'm willing to do that and trying to trade back up to get these picks. And apparently Vancouver doesn't want that to happen. I might have to make these picks. I don't know, man. I mean, we're definitely in position to be signing a ton of free agents coming up. That is for sure. Because we have a lot of open spots that we're going to have to take care of in the next episode. Will that go through? Yes, it will. So we got a second round pick back next year. Gave up quite a bit to do it. And maybe we'll talk to Vancouver again. Because they also had their the New York Islanders second round pick. So let's do that. And then we could look because we're going to be trading people away. So I think I can get us back into the first round next year. I think that's possible. Let's give up our own third. Will that go through? No, it won't. But damn it, I'm gonna get us back into that second round again next year. One way or another, Vancouver. I mean, you're already getting a shitload of picks from us. One more 4th won't hurt. Will that go through? Yes, it will. So there we go. We are out of picks in this draft, but we are up to now 2 seconds, a 3rd, and 2 6ths in the next year's draft. And we should be able to trade back into the first round if necessary. I'm content. Rasmus Dahlin and Andrei Svchnikov are Detroit Red Wings. And that's all we need. That is all we need. So let's sim to the next round. We'll recap the people here. So many people, by the way. So many viewers are going to be pissed at what I just did. But, like I said, man, I knew what needed to be done, and that's what I'm going to do. McIsaac, high top 4. Grolu, whatever, high top 6. Hughes, high top 4. Kachuk, high top 4. Vancouver made out like fucking bandits right there. Not too bad. McLeod, Bodie Wild, Fehevari, high top 6, went before Zadina. Interesting. Evan Bouchard, Lavin, Eggenberger. Couple of familiar names. And from there, the draft already started to drop off due to the computer-generated players. So, say what you want, but I went out and got 2 great players that are only going to help this franchise, and it looks like I avoided a hell of a lot of garbage. I mean, a couple of decent players there to start off, but you look at these potentials, I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the second round, and it's already bare bones. We absolutely made the right choice. I have no regrets whatsoever about it. We get another just amazing defensive prospect, another amazing offensive prospect to only bolster this team. But again, remember, they're still, in the 60s? And they're both still, actually, Dahlin might have technically not been from the CHL, but Svchnikov was. We're still a few years away from being able to get these guys just onto the AHL roster, as we made 1 pick, technically. We're still years away from being able to get these guys on an AHL roster, let alone an NHL roster. We still have a ton of work to do with this team. It's not like we're immediately trading for the best players in the game and turning this team into a dynasty. It is going to take time. But we are definitely planting the seeds. We have $46 million to spend. That is unbelievable. But you look at the unsigned players, right? Yeah, Hischier, he's up to a 75, still 19, can't be signed. Haig, can't be signed. Lane, Dahlin, maybe. We will have to double check about that. I don't remember. Actually, I think he was CHL. So none of these guys we can even sign at this point, including goalie Ian Scott. So we're still 1 year away from being able to even get these guys down in the AHL. We still have a long way to go. But I'm done trying to justify it. That is the draft. We made 1 pick. It was the first overall pick, and that was it. And then we traded a hell of a lot of pieces to our future for Andrei Svchnikov. Ridiculous. Guys, that is it for this episode. I hope you did enjoy. As if the first draft wasn't controversial enough, I hope this one lived up to all expectations. In the next episode, we go through the offseason where the massive changes will continue. Who the hell knows what this team looks like on opening night. I don't know if I want to tank. I might try to make us somewhat competitive because we don't have a first round pick anymore. But yeah, I don't know what to expect, guys. But regardless, I hope you did enjoy. And of course, if you did, feel free to support the video, support the channel in any way you deem necessary. Any and all support is more than greatly appreciated. I will see you guys in the next episode. Please don't hate me.